The next day, after a good sleep but waking up refreshed, I'm sitting in my room putting brush to paper. The speaker is a fox mask wearing girl in the doorway. She's putting something down on the floor. And okay, I've been beavering away and reached the point where I first met Yuri. I think back, that same jar of water she carried in back is... The same jar of water she carried in back then is still sitting in the corner of the room. It's a funny thing. If I keep going like this, I'm going to touch upon Yuri exposing her underwear. I'm waiting for the Haruhime. I'm putting my head in Yuri's lap. And having her profess her love for me. And going swimming with the twins. And the fondling incident that followed. What about the super close panty exposure?
そもそもここまで書かれている内容も現実に行われた実際の会話や行動を省略したものですし。
Yeah, save it for an 18 plus version or something. I mean, if I wrote down every single word, there could be no end to this. Actual conversations tend to be much less organized and much more confused. That kind of thing was especially bad when I first woke up. Well, I'm not going to let myself get too concerned with that side of things. I'm just going to write what I can.
そうですね。記録は消すこともできます。
I'm not surprised that's how the brain of an AI works. The effects of youth taking corruption means she has had all sorts of useful second and third civilization data erased. Very interesting. I continue to write.
兄様、おはようございます。
Hello. I hear Harima's voice from the corridor, testing the wires a little. Morning, Haru. Come in.
おはようございます。
Harima comes into my room and offers an air of greeting. You look a little subdued. Everything okay?
いや、別に大したことではないのですが。
Harima looks uncomfortable, furrowing her brow, and her cheeks flush a little. Is this like that, guy thing? Except it's reversed. They get embarrassed. You get to get to a girl's room.
いろいろと思い返してみると、昨日の私は相当に軟弱なことばかりをしていたなと。
Ha 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 ha. So that's what this is about. After some time to reflect on her actions, she's feeling a little embarrassed. A common occurrence.
笑い事では、いえ、兄様にご迷惑をかけていなければいいのですが。
I'm not bothered about it at all.
気にはしていました。
You can't help but provide the facts. Well, I mean, you did seem to be relying on me a little more than normal, but it also wasn't any kind of problem. You.
そうですか?
You have your responsibilities as Haruhime Ichikami, ruler of Kanto. I think sometimes you're too hard on yourself. I don't blame her for relaxing a little when she has some time off.
それは認めますが、ちょっとうかつでしたね。
I think the Haruhime I saw yesterday was the real you. I've been wanting to bring that up with her. She jokes around sometimes, but I've never seen Haruhime being completely herself.
完全な詩人としての自分はわかりません。
You don't? I'm a little surprised at your response.
自分をさらけ出して誰かに甘えるという経験が私にはありませんので。
Oh, I see. Private lives and family relationships don't feature much in Kanta. Haruhime in particular, as a powerful Kotodama user, has lived alone in the palace, and only had her super big sister to rely on. Her brother Fuyuhita became a fox mask, so she wouldn't have seen much of him. Amid the special environment of Kanta, she's even more special. A true sheltered princess. From that perspective, Yuri, who has worked with the allies, with allies in the fields, and lived at a dorm, probably has a better understanding of a private life. That her big, their big moment by the river that time.
自分をさらけ出していないのは兄様も同じではありませんか？
How fortunate that moment with your dad did not progress properly without, well, completing her route and her route alone. God damn it. Haruhime hates me as I think. You're not.
兄様こそ完全な詩人としての自分というものを感じますか？
No, well, I can't say I have much connection to that idea. I don't have any memories of my past, so I don't really have a persona to reveal. I can't say it's having zero effect on me, but it probably isn't a major concern. That's why, even after getting thrown into the world 1,000 years into the future and learning about the techie, I managed to keep some mental stability. But I've been leaning on the swords and Yuri all the time. I reply with a smile. They are my family, and I'm lucky they are all such good people.
オーナーが第2期に目覚めていたなら、もっと他人を疑ってくださいとご提案しなければならなかったでしょうね。
I can only imagine. That period must have been pure hell.
兄様はきちんと自分をさらけ出しているのですね。
Haruhime gives a thoughtful nod.
私もそうした方がいいのでしょうか。
Ha 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 ha. I can't answer that. Everyone is different.
はい。ただ、気にはなります。
Haruhime seems to understand, but coming from a place of curiosity rather than concern.
いきなり話し込んでしまいましたが、よろしかったですか？約束通り、今日も私の休みにお付き合いしていただければと来たのですが。
Yeah, I didn't feel like playing any demo versions that I currently have myself, so I'm all yours. I'm free. I was only writing until you got here. I gave her a smile, calming her down. You can use your free time however you like. If there's more you want to talk about, we can do that.
そうですか。そうですね。昨日は一日外に出ていましたし、今日はゆっくりしましょうか。
Haruhime places a hand on her cheek as she speaks. A very different reaction from Akin and Daoi. I give a wry laugh. Those two dynamos would never pass up the chance to to run around outside.
それなら、たわいない雑談をいたしましょう。
No need to even put a label on it. Just see whatever comes to mind. Or enjoy a comfortable silence if you like. That's how conversations with friends go.
なるほど。言霊使いには難しいですね。
Well, we're both in the same boat there. Let's make a pact not to hold anything against the other person. Mistaken order, that Katadaba can probably be taken in our stride. It's the odd declarations we have to be careful of. Sleep well, being at the forefront of my mind. If we're going to sit, shall I get some cushions out?
こんな時間からそこまで腰を落ち着けるのもなんですね。
Haruhime looks out of the open screen door.
そのあたり
We
を
don't have
散歩
any
しなが
secret
らにし
doors,
まし
I
ょう。
swear. Okay. We stand up and move out into the courtyard garden. I haven't been out here for a while. The calm atmosphere makes me smile. I'm always looking out here from my room, but this courtyard, garden, whatever is suiting a narrow space and adorably open and exposed counter. I wanted to keep the conversation going so I should see what I'm thinking.
ここは八犬同士の密談の場として使われていたそうですしね。
Oh, the private rooms for the swords, the palace. He's out of this garden. And it's enclosed away from prying eyes. A perfect spot to call someone out for a quiet chat. Do you use it for that too, Haruhime?
一度も密談をしたことがないとは言いませんが、私はあまりそういうことはしませんね。
Haruhime gives a light reply. She seems to be enjoying the pleasant surroundings too.
最後にここでそういう話をしたのは、関東の外へ石膏に出す人員を誰にするか、ネンジさんと相談したくらいですね。
The son of Kami and the oldest of the swords. If he was the leader, I can understand her choosing to discuss the matter with him.
無事だと良いのですが。
Haruhime looks to the east. That must be the direction she headed now then. It's been about 4 months since you left. Plenty of leeway there for them not to be back yet.
兄様は外の世界の地図を知っていましたからね。
It sounds like we committed them to memory or anything. The Japan and world map data inside my head, such as it is, arrived in Kanto after the scouts departed. The 3 of them really are on their own out there. No roads, no signs to lead them. Hunting for food while avoiding Teki. 10 kilometers per day would be a decent pace. Even if they reached the area of what I've known as Tokyo, there might be nothing left there at all. No trace of civilization. They would be standing on the side of Tokyo Tower and not have a freaking clue. That's tough.
何か呼んだ？
Eh?
おはよう！
Hey girls. Yelp! I'm surprised with the sudden voices.
あら、茜と葵でしたか。朝から元気ですね。
Haruhime is more accustomed to this kind of happening and just looks up at the roof. I do the same. And the twins are there again, looking down at this. It's almost like a flashback. The scene is so familiar. It gets.
なんか茜たちを呼んだでしょ。お姉ちゃんには聞こえたって。
Aoya giggles and leans into her sister. Huh? Oh. And we were still in the room, the topic of the twins did come up. Akin must have heard that comment and they made their way over. With a little time difference, even for the twins. Nope, they didn't call for you.
私やシンは部屋でのんびりするのが好きですが、あなたたちは外にいるのが楽しそうだなと話していただけです。なんだ、何か面白いことでもあると思ったのに。また式でも来ないかな。
No. Please don't even tempt fate. I'm not joking. The twins are still fixated on fighting, even after that incident. In fact, they seem even more intent to beat the next one alone. So full of energy and so cute. I do expect nothing less from them.
別に用事はありませんが、あなたたちどこで何をしていたんです？
Haruhime asked them.
どこにいたの？どこにいたの？
Yeah. The twins look at each other.
その辺？その辺だね。
They nodded at each other.
どこということもなく、本当にその辺りにいたのですね。
Haruhime shakes her head as she talks. The two of them are always on the move, even if they don't have anywhere to be. Run around cuties.
春姫こそ何してるのよ。休みで仕事はしないとか聞いたけど。休んでいます。だからあなたたちとは戦いませんよ。
Haruhime cuts that off before it gets started. Smart move.
じゃあ、新お兄ちゃんをもらっていってもいい？
Aoya sounds gleeful.
そうそう。シンは今度は言霊使いの訓練をしてるんでしょ？新お兄ちゃん、もっと強くなった？
Well, that's the plan. But I'm really just getting started.
シンも休みですよ。 もらっていかないでください。
Haruhime also steps in to prevent me from being abducted.
なんだ、それじゃあ何もすることがないじゃない。なんで呼んだのよ。
だから呼んでないんですってば。
あ、そうなの？
Akin looks perplexed.
姉ちゃん、やっぱり呼ばれてないんだよ。なんで名前を呼んだのに？お姉ちゃんと葵が家にいるときに、春姫ちゃんとか冬人お兄ちゃんのこと話してたら、その度に相手が来たら困るでしょ？何それ、めんどくさい。それと同じことだよ。そうなんだ。そうだよ。
I now round a better place out in front of my eyes. Such fun.
じゃあ、茜たちは呼ばれてないし、好きにしていいのね。そうだよ。何しようか。あ、またソメさんの赤ちゃんみたい。いいね。競争。負けない。
The two of them leap up the roof and vanish, bickering happily as they go. They came and then they went.
あの二人は別れ際の挨拶もなしに。もうちょっと落ち着いてほしいものです。
I like their energy. I chuckle with a follow-up comment. If they did ever calm down, they do still be super cute. But they do also be a bit of a shame.
あの二人が来る前は何の話をしていたのでしたっけ？
石膏に出ている方々についてですね。
そうでした。まあ、私が年次さんのことを心配する必要はないでしょう。
Haruhime nods, suggesting that there's nothing more to say on this topic.
それ以前の会話記録としては、春姫様がさらけ出すものがわからないというものでした。
No need to go that far. It's hard for you to understand this kind of free and easy conversation without a fixed subject.
さらけ出すもの。
Haruhime responds with perhaps a poor choice of words. That's on your mind?
仕事抜きにも性分なので。そもそも自分をさらけ出すとは何でしょうね。
All sorts of things, but in this case, I think it means showing other people the kind of desires that you normally keep to yourself. Thank you. Thank you.
食欲。
You exposed that one plenty already. Maybe I can search my memory for more recipes for her. Why don't you start by saying something you want? Or what to do? That's unrelated to food?
なんでしょうね。
Haruhime thinks for a moment, not really coming to anything.
木材が欲しい？
Okay, I should have seen that coming. It's also not easy for me having a cute girl ask me for wood.
春姫様は公私の区別がありませんね。
Well, they're just chatting. There's no reason to think about this too hard.
こういうことではないようですね。
Haruhime seems to be noticing that something has been out of place.
それこそ昨日の昼寝の件や別れ際の明日も一緒にいたいという要望がさらけ出されたものに該当すると思います。
なるほど。その2つは私自身意識したものではありませんね。
Haruhime sounds interested in some self-reflection, continuing to chat with you. Her curiosity is one of her greatest strengths. I decide to stay quiet and watch. Exposing yourself sounds a lot like relying on others. Yes. And it sounds like the one Haruhime can rely on, without even thinking about it. It's me. She even calls me brother. It doesn't seem bad, of course. But maybe she's leaning on me because we're the only two Kotodama users. If it's something more than dependency, I need to be careful how I approach it. It's hard to tell the difference between dependency and love sometimes. I've got quite an annoying personality too. I guess we're kind of similar in that way. Forget I said anything. I'll only give her more to worry about if I bring that up now. Like you says, it isn't something you need to be aware of. It will just emerge on its own.
そういう結論のようですね。何も進展していませんが。
Haruhime accepts this and seems ready to move on.
オーナーと春姫様、私に蓄積された情報を提示してもよろしいでしょうか。
Sure. What data? That was pretty roundabout way of asking that question.
個人の欲求という観点からお二人が触れていない情報があるのですが、提示するべきか私には判断しきれないものでして。
どちらにしろお話を聞かないと判断もできませんが。
Good point. It is. It's the old catch-22. Can't promise something without hearing what it is.
では情報を提示いたしますので、お二人でご検討いただければと思いますが。
Okay.
人間における個人の欲望の解放は最も強く出やすいのが家族であることは間違いないでしょう。
らしいですよ、兄様。
Now as my ears deceive me, sister. You're just joking around.
そんな家族関係と同じくらい強く個人の欲求が解放される関係として、
Ah, now I get it.
夫婦、恋人、パートナー、そういう恋愛関係にあるというデータを私は蓄積しています。
Ah, yes, the horny. I realized where this was going. I couldn't get it out before you spills the beans. I mean, I was thinking something similar not so long ago, but I kept it to myself without even letting you hear it.
恋愛関係ですか。
はい。カントの発展に備えての個人の自由意志の尊重、名字の選定、家族関係の強化を考えれば、自由恋愛の推奨も考慮に値すると考えます。
Haruhime is smart, but she's still from Kanto. Use barrage of words doesn't hit home. Well, yeah, you have a point, you. I furrow my brow. But as always, her approach is a little too clinical. This is a question of emotion, and I have an idea of what's coming. The suggestion of, why don't you two give dating a try? That has to be where you is going with this. It's so blatant. Feels like such a cliche. But I'm thinking 1,000 years in the past. Of course I like Haruhime. She's cute. If she was my girlfriend, that would be over the moon. I've already had to make decisions about how to handle my relationship with Yuri and the twins. Back to Yuri again with pain. But that all makes me think. I'm really coming off as a bit of a jerk here. I'm much on myself, unable to keep my sentiments aside. Well, it's this visual novel's fault for having multiple choices. Hey, I think it's understandable. All these girls are super hot. What's a virgin hair dog to do? Someone on the outside would probably wonder what I'm hanging about for. Any of them is the correct pick. Let's just grab one and get happy. Yes, I'm sorry. I totally agree. But separate from that...
なんです？兄様は今のユウさんの話で何をそれほど困っているのですか？
Haruhime is more surprised than is strictly necessary by a reaction. She's so smart, but she understands nothing about love. Honestly, it makes me want to drag her into the mud. Wait, that is the urge I'm not allowed to expose. Like I said, we're not talking about forcing yourself to talk to someone else, or actively think too hard about these things. I let out the breath to try and cool off a little.
ああ、そうですね。兄様は何かに気づいたけれど、私は分かっていないと。自分に問うべきことでしたね。
Haruhime accepts my comment without further prying. That was quite a capable evasion. But it's not going to last. I really am a coward.
ゆうさんもありがとうございます。いただいたお話も含めて気にかけていこうと思います。
はあ。ええ。判断はお任せいたします。
Even you sounds a bit surprised by how so Haruhime is at the uptake. It seems that as an AI decided to support her order, you have determined that Haruhime is the best choice for my romantic partner. The best result is the product of our love being a Katadama user. That's fine. Unlike during my emotional escapades with Yuri or the twins, you is now proactively bringing up the subject of romance. Should I be swiping right on your surface?
そういう機能はありません。
Their reply is smooth and but wordy.
はあ
Haruhime, of course, doesn't get the reference either. She has no idea where this is going. I do need her to stop making that defenseless face. It's her third cutest face, after her smile and her angry face. Hey, how about a change of scenery? Let's go somewhere cooler.
構いませんよ。
Haruhime elegantly raises a hand and points to my room.
暑いようでしたら部屋に戻ってもいいですし、外の廊下側なら池もありますし、河原や峡谷まで行きますか？
The corridor should do. I don't have the energy for a long trip. We return to my room and then cross over to the other side. Back in familiar surroundings, I give a sigh. You don't sleep in this area of the palace, do you, Haru? I'm just looking for something to change the subject.
はい。東の塔は8軒専用の部屋が揃っていますが、一の神のための寝床だけは執務室のそば、中央の建物の奥ですね。
No, that makes sense. The easiest place to be contacted in case of emergency. The room up to Ichinokami?
なんです？
Nothing, I mean, I was just taking a go at Natsuhima's old room.
ああ、ええ。
Haruhime's smile wanes, and her body shudders a little.
もしかしたら夏姉様が戻ってくるかもしれませんから、部屋はそのまま使っています。
Oh, sorry, that wasn't what I meant. I flapped my hands a little, worried I've given her the wrong idea. I just wanted to know a little more about Natsuhime. That's reference for my book.
姉のことですか？
Haruhime's voice is sunken, with little emotion. A similar reaction to the one Fuyuhito gave me. This has to be a difficult topic for them to touch upon. I decided to explain myself more clearly. I have personal curiosity in Natsuhime, of course. And sure, there are people of Kanto are also interested in the hero who saved them. The Gen Pop are the ones I'm really writing this story for. Alongside my perspective of Kanto from the outside, I also want to write about Natsuhime. I'm sure that will get people interested in reading it. More than anything, I want to let people know what kind of person Natsuhime really was. She produces the same kind of pause as Fuyuhita?
そうですね。いつかあなたが落ち着けば、姉様について尋ねられると思ってはいました。
Haruhime saw this coming, and accepts my question relatively smoothly.
ただ、以前から何度か話しましたが、姉様は口数が多くなかったので、お伝えできることは少ないですよ。
It doesn't have to be things she said. Just things you felt while you were with her, her personality, her character. I want more private stuff about her. The underwear she wore, the bra size, any secret peepholes that anyone could watch through.
よくわからなかったですね。
Harima's voice is quiet. Just things you felt. Anything.
いえ、そうではなく、先ほどの話と同じで、よくわからない人だというのが、そのまま私が姉に感じていたことになるのです。
Harima nods. Her long hair blows in the breeze.
言霊使いだった私は、8軒ではなくとも王宮で暮らし、姉様の付き人のようなこともしていました。何よりも言霊の訓練が必要でしたから。
That makes sense. You were to only chew up them until I woke up. Regardless of their standing, Natsuhime would have had no choice but to impart Kodama lessons to Haruhime.
ともかく訓練の時は言霊の説明をしないといけないこともあって、夏姉様も話をすることがあったのですが。
Haruhime turns her eyes upward in recollection.
心の内を明かすことはありませんでしたが、姉様の言葉の端々からとてもいろいろなことを考えている人だなと感じました。
Wow. Even a Kodama user at their level still had things to think about. She was strong enough to never have to fear the techie, and could create almost anything from absolutely nothing. She was almost divine, and yet still had things in her mind.
皆が思っているより、姉様はずっと感情的だったと思いますよ。
That's the kind of thing I want to hear about. Less than mighty hero and more Natsuhime as an individual.
そういえば、
Something just slips out of Haruhime's mouth. Her eyes look so serious, with a somewhat sad light glittering inside them.
一つだけ夏姉様が口にしたことで印象に残った言葉があります。幼い頃の訓練の折、その日はだいぶ手ひどくやられたのですが、よろけながら立ち上がった私に姉様が言われたのです。 痛いという気持ちのわかるあなたが羨ましいと。
Pain? Pain.
姉は生まれてから一度も肉体的な痛みを経験したことがないと言っていました。
She never experienced pain? I'm not even sure what to do with that. I recall something about her absorbing nullified gall attacks when fighting the twins. But it sounds like those same abilities were always active for her, even in everyday life.
暑さや寒さだけでなく、傷や病気とも全く無縁のようでしたからね。そう説明されましたが、私も正しく理解しているわけではありません。
Haruhime tilts her head to the side, thinking. We both get injured, and we know about pain and suffering. I can't even imagine the world she lived in. No pain, no sickness. The ultimate and final destination of the Kodama user. Rather than bringing the world to her will, the world itself accepted and blessed her. Anything that would impact her negatively was processed and removed. I've already been told that she didn't need to eat, or even breathe. I don't know if she managed to retain her humanity for so long. I'm starting to have new, different feelings about this. Maybe it's not so great being an all-powerful god. Free from the demands and desires of being human. Never feeling pain. Being able to create anything from zero. Giving her nothing to aim for. Taking in that light, maybe Natsuhime must be the opposite of concepts like happiness and hope.
さもありなん。姉様は人間のままでいられるよう努力をしていた様子がありましたね。
You did?
うん。
Haruhime looks up at me with big round eyes.
これは休みにする話ではなく、姉様の話からも少しそれますが、あなたには 教えておく方が良いかもしれませんね。
Okay, Haruhime looks right at me, with her ruler face firmly back in place. I'm already thinking how much I like your expression and your elegant voice.
才能や修練によりある領域に届いた言霊使いは人間の本能的な欲求を失います。
You mean the three basic desires?
三大というのが分かりませんが、睡眠や食事を必要としなくなることが分かりやすい目安と言われています。
Her explanation tells me that I'm right. Sustenance, sleep, and sex. The three basic desires that drive life. Lots of any one of those would lead to extinction as a species. Looking at it from the other perspective, if maintenance of life becomes possible by our means, the three desires fade away. The day you started speaking, I said something pretty similar when we were talking with the professor. It was as the techie influence was growing stronger. The time I was ordered to take a break. The time I felt my hunger fading. Because I was using the techie power to supplement the energy to move around. My appetite has returned now, but if I focused on it, I could probably draw energy from other sources.
はい。兄様を鍛える計画はむしろ今話している言霊使いの性質を参考にして考えられたものです。
Well, I'm not sure I do enjoy losing the need for hunger or food. I just say what I'm feeling. Sometimes eating or sleeping feels like a pain in the ass, but the pressure on the what feels when too busy to do them speaks for itself. That's where happiness comes from. I want to eat delicious things. I don't know how delicious they are. I want to roll in my blankets and sink back to sleep for just 5 more minutes. I don't want to lose those things.
私もそう思います。
Haruhime gives her agreement. I can almost hear her salivating.
ただ元の言い伝えでは言霊使いは欲求を失う状態になることを目指していたようです。
Well, it is a super powerful ability. Losing those desires would definitely be a sign of achieving a greater connection with nature.
歴代の言霊使いはありきたりな表現ですが、神を目指していたようです。
You add a comment?
ここで言う神とは西洋宗教的な唯一神ではなく、東洋で言うところの神と称されるほど強固な固有存在のことです。そして言霊使いにとって神は妄想的な目標ではなく、目指す資格のある能力者だと判断されていました。小島博士は別の呼び方をすれば仙人だろうと分析していました。
Interesting. Kunado users existed during the second and third civilizations, which you bore witness to.
一部私にはわからない言葉がありましたが、同じような話を私も聞いています。
Haruhime adds her perspective. It makes sense that Kunado users aren't especially bothered about the authority of a king, then. God beats king every time. Hold on, this is originally. What do you know? I pick up on Haruhime's choice of words. It sounds like something changed at some point. Haruhime's eyes harden.
姉様が現れるまで言霊使いは本能的な欲求を失うところまでは到達できていたのです。そこまでは手が届いていたのです。しかし姉様はその先にあるものに気づきました。
She dead?
人間としての消滅です。
Haruhime replies. Eradication? I'm not able to sell that word easily?
あなたはもしかしたらそこに届いてしまうかもしれない。だから
Haruhime remains serious as she speaks.
人としての欲求を失い、自然とのつながりを強めた先にあるものは世界との同化だと姉様は言っていました。 自然からすればそれは恩恵ですが、一人の人間からすれば、油断すれば自然に食われると。
Boy, not the most profound reaction. Well, I understand about Haruhime and you are coming from. The gods of Japan were gods of fire and water, the elements themselves. I understand it, but still. You really think I'm going to turn into that? Am I to scratch my head? That part of this really doesn't ring true for me. Can a brain with a sexual desire like me really become one with nature? Become some kind of god?
そうですね。
The seriousness drains from Haruhime and she laughs.
兄様はそのまま、人間のまま、私と一緒にいてください。こ
Hi.
れ、無意識に出てきた言葉ですね。
Uh-huh. Haruhime looks happy. Well, I'm right here.
はい。
ただし、先ほどの三大欲求の減衰や欠落という部分は、オーナーも気をつけるべきところでしょう。
You has my back, getting the conversation back on track. That's true. I could potentially see myself reaching that point. I'll look from the breastband to Haruhime. Can you help me resolve it if that happens?
はい。
Haruhime nods.
難しいことではありません。失いそうになっている本能的な欲求を意識して集中的に行うことです。
Be aware and focus. That really does sound simple. So if I start to lose my desire to sleep, I should lie down and relax, even if I'm not sleepy. And if I lose my appetite or my sense of taste, I should seek for more meals. That's happened in my tracks. A trouble runs through me. Hunger. I look at Haruhime.
さすがに気づくのが早いですね。
She gives me an awkward little laugh. She's smiling to hide her sadness, but it's not really working out for her.
私の味覚は、もうかなり鈍くなっています。届いてしまったんです。
Narima sticks out her tongue. I figured. So her tongue can barely taste anything she eats. I still can't understand Natsuhima's comment about being eradicated as a human. But my heart aches when thinking about what the girl in front of me has lost. Okay. I think back to the day I awoke. I was sitting with Haruhime, and she was telling me about this world, the Teki. And I take one for myself. What did they have inside?
なんでしょうね。私もまだ具のあるところに届いていませんが、楽しみですね。
Interesting. A hot girl who loves food. That's cute too. As that bunch of girls start eating. It's pretty salty. I can't place the filling. And after tasting it, some kind of salad meat. I didn't expect meat inside, but it's great.
美味しいですか？美味しいですよね。美味しいに決まっています。
Haruhime eagerly seeks my affirmation. Very delicious. Looks like it will take more than 1,000 years to change good old rice.
よかった。ご飯が美味しいということは生きているということですから。
She do come on pretty strong about how delicious they were. As though saying it to herself as much as to me. She wanted someone else to tell her it was delicious, so she could feel it for herself. Then there was the day she brought all that confectionery into the classroom.
もちろんユーリも食べていいですよ。そもそもこの量は 辺りの人に食べてもらって味の感想を集めるためのものでしたし。
なんだ、全部自分で食べるためじゃなかったんだ。
もちろん食べたいです。
素直ね。
Well, let's share them out and start a lesson. No. She didn't understand the delicate different flavors then either. She collected impressions from everyone. To make a judgment as the one in charge, she had no choice but to go along with what everyone said was delicious. She had seemed so charged with crazy energy, with a big smile on her face, but she had forced it to be there.
ああ、兄様。兄様、そんなに悲しそうな顔をしないでください。
Haruhime looks genuinely shaken. Rather than her own suffering, she can't bear to see me looking sad. She moves over to me and places both hands on my cheeks.
まだ完全に味がわからなくなったわけではないのです。自分の食べているものが昔はこんな味だったなとまだ覚えているのです。私は大丈夫です。
She's trying to put my mind at ease, to let me know that the loss of taste, the loss of appetite, they aren't so bad. She's smiling as she says it. Her feelings aren't a lie. But she can't possibly recall everything she's ever eaten. Even I can't clearly remember the flavor of curry or ramen I ate in the past. Just that it was delicious. A vague sense of its flavor. That's what remembering something is. She can't even use the kodama to bring out those old flavors anymore. I understand. She's scared. I can feel it, like it or not. She's scared of completely losing her sense of taste. She's right here in front of me, and her hand on my cheek is trembling. Just a little, but I can tell. It must be terrible. To have the things she's eating every day gradually turn into nothing but flavorless mush. And the things she's relying on to stave off that hunger. Rice balls. She eats so many of those. Again and again, so that she doesn't forget the taste. I know. The strength leaves my limbs. I don't collapse, but my body does shudder. This is like some bad joke. There is no way Haruhime would seek strength to the point of losing her taste buds. She doesn't want to become a god. Although she might go that way out of a desire to protect her people. That's normal in Kanto. But there's still no reason to take so much from her. No reason to take these things from anyone. Not the pleasure of a night's sleep, or the sexual desire that fuels attraction and love. I can't accept it. I simply can't.
兄様。
The blood rushes to my head. Murderous intent rises inside me. But who can I kill? Who can I kill to return Haruhime to normal? Nature itself? Natsuhime? Tateki? Anything will do. I just need someone to tear into. If all I want to do is destroy, I can draw all the power I need. Damn it! This is Kanta!
兄様、私を見て。
Powerful words suddenly drag my awareness back from the darkness. Everything in front of me is white. I don't even know what's happening and my breath catches. No, I can't even breathe. Something is blocking my mouth. Something soft and warm. And it's a flavor I've never tasted before. This is Haruhime. The flavor of her lips, pure and smooth. Haruhime smoothie. A small sound. The sound comes directly into my head through our touching lips, rather than via my ears. The heat of the summer lips away, slips away. The sound of the cicadas, the rubbing of the leaves, the sounds of the water, they all fade away. The only things I feel are the warmth of Haruhime's body and the cool summer breeze blowing across us. We are both stopped in place, our lips touching. The only things moving are the cherry blossoms dancing in the wind. The flickering sparks around and black anger inside me have drained away. A kiss, a clear kiss. The moment feels like it will last an eternity, and then it passes. Get out. Haruhime slowly moves away. She was holding her breath too, because now she lets out a heated sigh. Then she looks at me with a smoldering passion in her eyes. She gently touches her lips, just once.
これが私なのでしょうか?
I don't know, I think I might need another kiss. And then we'll probably let you know. She isn't asking me, but seemingly asking herself. She took that step. I made her take it, almost.
兄様とそうお呼びすれば少しはこの気持ちをごまかせるかもと思ったのです。でも無理でございました。いつからかきっかけになることが多すぎてわかりませんが、春はあなたをお慕い申しております。
She isn't using her ruler voice, not her normal voice either. Haruhime's words. This is her at her most honest, her most direct. I knew it. I had to have known. Why I turned down Yuri's advances? Why I turned down the twins' advances? A bit forced. Did I really think that loving someone was a bait that would hold me back from advancing? From reaching the future? No. I'm in love with Haruhime. When did that start? At some point along the way, I fell for her. When I was nobody and she gave me a name? When she promised to believe in me, even if no one else did? When she bowed her head, telling me she was willing to let me die in the Crafters District? Whichever point to pick, nothing changes. Haruhime's always been Haruhime. Her back straight, so elegant, always looking forward. Clever, honest, and cute. The one who breathed the heat into me. A metal doll. That's why I had to respond. I had to reply to her words. After all, I am the moron who almost lost my cool, and suddenly cared so much that she felt she had to kiss me and then confess her feelings. If all I do is not now, I really will be a moron and an idiot and a coward. I don't mind being a moron. I don't mind being an idiot. But I can't allow myself to be a coward. I can't allow that at all. I clench my right fist. If I'm going to tell her I like her, then I need to make it clear that I'm going to love her with all my heart. Be reborn and loving her. There's something I need to destroy. I draw out all the strength I can, pouring it into my clenched fist. If I'm still alive when I wake up, I'll give you a reply. I finally managed to get some words out.
後で?
It's so sudden. Haruhime looks at me with round, confused eyes. In any case, I know she's heard me. I can't hold back. I raise my clenched fist right and smash it into my right temple. Even without using the Kodadama, I unleash my maximum possible strength, powerful enough to smash even a techie. I've experienced this many times during my fights with Chanta, but this time, without any feeling of impact at all, my awareness is just snuffed out. Okay then. You do that. Sure.